Hey guys, welcome to Georgia Darling 555. So, in my pre-shuffle, I did get some interesting messages. Let's see here. Save the pictures on my computer here so I can remember. So, the first row of cards that came out from the traditional Rider-Waite is you're this Nine of Pentacles, independent, abundant creature. Creature is just the right thing right now. And you've exposed people in your life who you possibly may have called friends or may currently call friends. Well, not currently, I guess, because you know better. So, people you thought you could trust have been exposed. So, this exposure has to do with you being smart and able to sense something is off, and that's how you were able to put the pieces together of certain very clear truths, not things that could be explained away or denied, very obvious truths that made you aware that you're not meant to work with these people, to spiritually connect with them. And because of that, you may have been left disappointed at first, but in your retrospect, in your reflection, and this may have been over time, I'm even getting like a few weeks, you realize how strong you are and how strong you are in your own. And that's what's getting me to think that this might be some sort of group or cohort that you were in of some sort, whether it's work, a spiritual kind of practice, even getting like a craft group or like book club or something like, I don't know, something like that for some of you, not obviously not all of you. And this is your message, your communication, that you can carry all of this weight yourself, all of this, not even weight, you can carry this project, this dream you have yourself. You're not giving that dream away. That dream is yours. Now, don't, at the same time, they don't want you to completely kind of curl up into yourself in that, completely become suspicious of others or not let others in. This is specifically about these certain people. And you know, if it's a message is for you, you know who they are. Now, this isn't to say start mistrusting and start trying to put the pieces together. You've already done this. So if you know, you know. So by also not closing out all people and, you know, being able to look past that situation with these other people with an open mind and open heart, that's where you're going to find a lot of abundance and success, and even working together with others that is successful and more true to your heart and feels right. You don't have that feeling, that icky feeling like something's not right here. So that's where abundance, a balance is found. You release fear, but not too much. You're also becoming very resourceful and willing to live in different ways. In which you either use your money wisely or find ways that you don't even have to touch your money. You don't have to use it, scavenge. You're no longer fighting yourself by holding on to this group, this certain whatever it is, making you feel the ick. Because by choosing to just accept it and keep going on with them, keep it going and just not listening to your intuition, you end up battling yourself. So you're not doing that anymore, and you're still using a lot of observation. And be careful, not be careful. I don't like to say those words, be careful, because this isn't like a fear-mongering warning. It's just, you don't need gifts from other people. So people might present with shiny gifts, or have presented, this group may have done that seem like a good thing, a good deal, generosity, but really they're tactic, and you end up not even getting the gifts in the long run, or they're not what you thought they were going to be, or it's not something that actually makes you happy, and you are acknowledging that. You have all the gifts you have within you. You receive all the gifts you need to receive from spirit, from your spirit guides, from your higher self, whatever it may be. That's like the first time I've ever used that term, higher self. And yeah, so I didn't realize until right before I started to record, one of these dropped on the ground, and I didn't know I hear it, whatever. So should I let the suspense? Let's let it be suspenseful a little bit. The suspense of trying to get that to stay there is too much for me. Okay. So, for my collective, so this is my oh my gosh, my Halloween. Oh, okay. My Halloween setup. See that little rat there? I've had that rat for like over 10 years. And I just love it so much. I saw it and I was like, I have to have it. Because it's got like cute little teeth. Like, I think they might have used like, I don't know, like little toothpicks, like sharpened toothpicks. And at one point, for a long time, I had a fortune cookie in there, in her fingers. And I don't know what happened to it. And I wish I could remember what it said. I'm sure I have a picture somewhere in I've got tens of thousands of pictures, but I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Oh, I think it was like something about your rubber bands are facing in the right direction, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. So let's think about that. And of course, I have to show off my cup here. My dirty table now. It's not dirty. It's mostly wax. Mostly. Okay. So let's use the Grateful Dead Tarot. Okay, what does Spirit want the collective to know? Even though I already just kind of did like a full reading in that pre-shuffle. It wasn't even a pre-shuffle. It was just like I was actually pulling the cards. Five of Cups. And it did kind of come out in the reverse. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm kind of seeing that as symbolic, as this is time, right? And you could kind of see it going either way. And it's kind of like infinity. where is your disappointment going to lie, in your future or in your past? And there are choices that you can be making. They may be difficult, but you really do have the power to control it right now. And it might take a lot of tuning in, a lot of pushing yourself. And it's something that a lot of us have so much difficulty with, and most of the time, many times, not most of the time, sometimes, many times, whatever, end up not doing it because we know how hard it is. It's like, we know that if you've been trying to do this for a very long time, it's understood, like, these things are hard and varying for everybody. So this almost wanted to be upright, but it's not. Seven of Pentacles. The first message I'm getting from this is like, almost like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, kind of. Like, isn't that bear kind of jaded? I know he's, Grateful Dead dancing bear, so probably been up twirling in circles for hours and hours at jamming out. But almost like the essence of, like, the Grateful Dead fans back in the day who would actually like travel with them on tour and go to every single one of their shows. And there's like one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite band, is actually they are from Connecticut, and Goose, and they actually have like a following like that. Like, I don't know how these fans do this financially. I'm sure they have like work from home, like, and they do, a lot of work, like do their job, do a whole job, which is awesome. But I always get like, who has the money for that? Meanwhile, I don't even know how to manage my money, I'm terrible with money. So I'm telling myself on a personal level, I should stop running to those like accusatory kind of like make like judgy kind of comments or thoughts, and just I don't know shit about shit, right? I don't know shit about anybody. And even if they do have like the money for that and don't work, who cares? Good for them. So I'm thinking of that, like traveling and but also don't put all your eggs in one basket too. Three of Cups in reverse. So I gotta say, so Three of Cups came out in reverse, came out in the pre-shuffle, pre-reading, and that's that don't collaborate kind of thing. Like, be careful who you collaborate with on any kind of level. And then we've got the Four of Swords. Rest. So that's pulling into this kind of tired looking bear. Maybe in that spirit of not being judgmental, kind of like I was just talking about for myself, you can pull back a little bit on what you've like work. Maybe you don't have to work as much as you are right now. Maybe you've been overdoing it or feeling jaded about it. So maybe back from that, and maybe there's you can have more free time. But on the other hand, this could be maybe you can change this face of yours and turn into one of the happy bears, like in the flower, if you just get yourself some damn rest. Like, maybe you've been up twirling around at jam band shows, or doing whatever you do, having a great time, and you might be very what's the word? Have a lot of tolerance for staying up a lot, which I'm one of those people. But I know that I have a feeling that one day it's going to catch up with me, you know. That's my personal feels. I feel like, and maybe just even having thoughts like that, like fear that it's going to catch up with me, maybe that's just no good for me either. Maybe that's no good for you. But I know I'm like the one bringing it up right now, so ignorance is bliss. But somehow spirit is trying to get something out here about this. So get some rest in like this full moon coming up over the pyramids. I'm getting symmetry and balance and you know, the pyramids supposed to have like ley lines, and I'm thinking about those going out into the celestial world, not just to the inner world through the earth all the way to the other side, but reaching for the heavens, the spirit realms. And by doing that, you're gonna have so much more ability to receive what you need to receive from, I'm going to just say, these shows. These events that maybe have been feeling not as life-giving to you as they used to. Okay, so we're from here. Let's go with some of these. Some simple. Okay, Spirit, some more information about what's going on here. What's the message? What's more detail? More symbols, maybe, to clarify or for certain people. Oh my gosh, new exercise program. Okay, so they're like, not just sleep, biatch. A whole new exercise program. Okay. What else? I love that. It's awesome. Ooh, oh my gosh. Finances was like the pre-reading, all about finances. Well, not all, but like largely. So many pentacles. Oh, and I'm like, I was thinking this as Three of Pentacles. It's Three of Cups. So yeah, you haven't been partying, like not partying, but enjoying these events as much. It has been some lacking in your ability to like kind of come together with other people with the same interests and enjoy your time because you've been so jaded. And maybe rethink that idea that time possibly isn't as infinitely available to you in your human form right now. Because you know, everybody has their end in their human body, and move on to whatever it is they move on to. I know I'm being vague, but it's for a reason. And I can't really explain that into words. So shall we? Let's just see what this is. Community. So that community, you need that sense of feeling of belonging with the community. And this whole time I'm just picturing you at like at shows. Could even be like a rave community, and which I really want to go to a rave. I went to like a you know, like a one that was like I would say not like a real rave, but it was fun. But like, I've always just wanted to go and like, let loose. All in an environment with people, all with that accepting energy of that freedom to dance and get wild, and in touch with the music. And so this card was left behind. Growth. And there's your community with you. And now that you're rested and connecting with the higher realms, the celestial realms, people are going to understand, like, be just naturally pulled towards you. And it's not like they pulled back, but you in a way have pulled back a little bit, and they might not have even noticed. But this is about you. This is about how you feel. So upright 25 influence. Maybe the people that I was talking about in the beginning are bad influences as far as like substance use, like, smoking cigarettes. And I'm not judging anybody like smoking cigarettes, but for you, it might be something that's it's showing, it's they're becoming negative things because it might be affecting your health. And again, this isn't predictive. It's like already something that you are aware of if it's for you. So drinking, other things, and it's just making you jaded, and it's not for you. Or you need to cut back, or you need to, it's like gloomy, you need things that are bright and cheery, and alcohol and cigarettes aren't that. Maybe other things. It's going to be very vague there. Maybe other things. Talk about the Grateful Dead. But don't forget the new exercise program. Like, without forgetting about your health, anything in excess like that is going to likely be. Soar and play. So let go of those things and just, I feel like whoever this is for, you're gonna feel so much better. Even like it's almost like you have a guilty conscience. Conscience. Oh my gosh. And it's not to say that like you should, but you have been having one, and this is gonna set you free a little bit, or a lot of it. Okay, let's get. So I have one of these over. I guess I'll put the camera on it. We're here. See the little guy? I'm telling you, so that's battery operated. It's from like Five Below. I love Five Below so much. Okay. And I'm telling you, I put that there. I brought it down from my bedroom and I just put it there. I like to switch things up a lot. Months and months ago, and that arm has been moving since. Like, and I'm telling you, my roommate didn't do it. And even when it was in my bedroom where like nobody but myself goes in, I'm telling you, that thing was going and going, and then like one time it stopped, and I was like, oh, I gotta go put batteries in it. And like it was after it was like going for months, these batteries. And I came back and it was moving again. But I walked in the room and I heard like something that needed oil, and it was that, and I was like, oh shit. But also when I first got it, and I think it was for my birthday last year. This time, my birthday was last Friday. of 24th. And so I only had it for a little while. Like, I remember I put brand new batteries in, and decent batteries, like decent, not like those ones that go out in 2 seconds. And it lost steam after like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I was like, oh, this is going to be annoying to have to change these all the time. And it, yeah, that first time it only lasted that like long. But hey, maybe it would have restarted if I gave it some more time. Maybe that's a message. So I feel like this is a good time for some grandma advice. Not literally. The author of this deck did not have like the feminine influences in it, like mother, grandmother, or just the spirit or energy of the feminine. And she created these cards to kind of create that, and for herself and for others. So it's an energy. So it does not. It could be your literal grandmother, but for some of you not. Just humor. Okay. Why all of a sudden it's like so bright? Like it's almost like I have like the exposure up on here. That could be another message. Okay. So she writes a haiku on. There's a haiku on every one of these cards. So humor. 12. Water changes rock. Humming merrily downstream. Laughter smooths the way. Put that with the community. Yeah, whatever this energy is, that's this like tired and worn out, you haven't been like your regular jovial self. And you miss being that. Maybe you're like the jokester of the group, or you're always coming up with, you're like, I feel like you're probably really witty and funny and just like come up with the best quick reactions to things. Yep. Confidence. Yeah, like the zebra. Time to take the stage, uncover in the spotlight, show the world your stripes. How perfect. 11. So we have 11 and 12. And that goes well with play over here. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. And I may go ahead and read those from the book. Let's see here. So I'm just gonna show you guys. I've had this for like probably 15 to 20 years at this point. My gosh. Look, ma, no head. I just love it so much. I thought it was so funny when I saw it. I think I got like the dollar store. And I've just carried it with me from place to place that I lived. So I love it. Okay. And that could go with that jokester energy. Like that's a kind of joke that you would make. Like kind of odd and like maybe sometimes over the top. Like you push you push the boundaries, almost push boundaries as to how far you can push a joke, or how, like for example, at work yesterday, this one of my coworkers said something like, she was like, oh, 69. And I was like, and then I thought she was like making a like 69 joke, but she like said something else after that was like about something else. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. I was gonna say something a lot more mature, but something immature, but gotta bite my tongue sometimes. And there's been times at work where I've like said things like, that's what she said, like, and really like times that like I probably shouldn't have, or in like where other people would like never say something like that in front of like their manager. Sometimes I just do, Sometimes I even think about it a little bit. Sometimes I don't. how about some charms? Oh yes, I actually, hold on, I gotta grab it. Paused and grabbed it from the corner. I had this so I transferred, and I actually need a bigger thing for my charms because it's actually what I usually use, like a coffee can that I painted blue, and I try to scavenge and make new uses for things. So messages for the collective. Okay. Looks like we have an interesting bunch here. We have Courage the Cowardly Dog. So looking like this jaded dancing bear. So yeah, that's how you're feeling, you know. You've been kind of pretty jaded. We got another bear. So theme of bears. On top of these boxes that say fragile, this end up express. You haven't been able to express yourself. You gotta like put yourself like upright, like you're a little more fragile than maybe you've been living. You got to take care of yourself, take care of your physical body, your vessel, as they say, right? So those both go for that. Troll. Those people I was talking about were trolls. Our trolls. Ooh, maybe I put this in there at one point and don't remember, but there's a white feather in there. And I do have a pillow upstairs that it was my husband's. I guess it had real feathers in it. So every now and then they pop out. Interesting, because I if I put that in there, I don't remember it. So light as a feather. Dream. Soften those swords. Yeah, let me move this less of a glare here. Oh, we got 2 red roses. And with that rose theme here of the cups. So we've got this like fragile, thin, translucent, kind of crepey. Well, this is a sticker. Red rose, and then we've got this sturdy one made of metal that's able to keep its form, and maybe that has to do with like this new exercise program. Maybe you need to build a little bit of muscle. Maybe you become a little bit weak, and you can feel it. You can feel it just like walking from one place to another. Then we have a gold bee. Let's see that here. Oh, we have. What does that say? Oh, I can't see that. Oh, I thought it says best wishes, but I thought it said beat wishes. I was like, what? So baby bee, best wishes. There's another bear there. Sleep like a baby, maybe. maybe. For some of you, this might be literal, like an actual baby coming into your life, or becoming something that you're thinking of, starting to think about, and you already have been. If this isn't to say like, oh, you should start, but like you've already been doing this. Or maybe you're having a baby boy and you know this already. Maybe somebody around you has had a baby boy. And then we've got the camera. Maybe somebody's going to gift you a camera. Or maybe a gift lies in the photos that you take, maybe urging you to, you might have, like, in this jadedness, not been taking as many photos as you do, and you don't take a lot, but you do take certain, like, journalistic type photos that, like, mean a lot to you and, like, mean a lot to others at these events, and they're a gift. So if you've been kind of feeling like, oh, I haven't taken my pictures, just do what you can to get yourself to a space where you want to do that again, where it becomes your great joy again. And be blue doors. Doorway. Something about, like, how the shutters open that way and the doors open that way. You're starting to open up. You haven't opened up fully, but you're starting to. From maybe this blue feeling, this blue way about you, this blue, maybe even like a depression for some of you. And again, if you know, it doesn't mean, this isn't saying you are going to go into depression. So I'll be very clear on that. I feel like we need just a few more of these. Interesting. 0 or an O. I would say it's probably a 0, but I don't know. It could be anything. So this is a map, and I actually hear the message of map sticker, 0 direction. So again, maybe you do need to loosen up a little bit in whatever your work is that's, or staying in one place too much, or maybe it could even be like, maybe you haven't gone out in a while or gone out on the weekend, and maybe you just need a little freedom, like go on a road trip where, if you don't really have much direction, maybe like some, like, so you don't become like too, like sometimes it doesn't feel good to not understand, not have a plan. But, or maybe these people that I was talking about had 0 direction. Bad influence. And we have a bottle here, a pink bottle, so that's kind of like that alcohol there. And we also have this knife. I actually wear it as a necklace sometimes. I have a smaller one too. Cute, right? So this is like a symbol of like staying protected. Not necessarily literally with a knife. But a symbol of protection for yourself, and even just those who you allow yourself to be around. And that kind of gives, like, if these are all swords, we had the 4, 5, 6. And that moves you on to calmer waters, to a little like sacred pause. No, because you're still moving. In calmer waters, surrounded by people who make you feel safe. You're protecting yourself. Okay, and maybe, just maybe, a little drawing from spirit. Let's see what happens. Let's see here. My Empress tufted pillow. didn't use whatever. Okay. Hope this pen works. Message for spirit. I'm from spirit for the collective. They want me to color it in, so I'm gonna just take over and do that. I'm just remembering a dream I had last night. That actually my mom was still alive, and it was me and my sisters, like, and we were on our way to the airport, and I was so excited because we were going to Paris, which we never traveled out of the country and hardly ever traveled anywhere in the country. We like got an airplane like a couple times to go to like our cousin's graduation, like in Texas and Kentucky. Like that was our like the biggest, like most exciting things we did, but at the time it was so exciting. But anyways, we were going to Paris, and um in the car I realized, oh my god, I don't have my passport, and which in real life I can't find my passport. I know it's somewhere in my house, it's somewhere, but I just don't know where it is. And it was such a bummer, and I kind of feel like I got like dropped off like to go do something else, or but it was like a home of some sort. It was it's weird. That's, I guess it doesn't matter, the details don't matter. But maybe like go find your passport, because if an opportunity arises, you don't want to be left out in the cold, you know? Keep an eye on these things. Okay, spirit. Mm-hmm. Look to the heavens, sky, the spirit, to your higher self. It's confirmation right there. Oh, but also, is this... Oh, okay. So is this looking up, staying inspired, being in a position of to receive and accept messages from spirit and guidance, but also let your heart be your guide? Like that balance between staying grounded and just enough, and also airy enough. I don't know if that's the right term. I don't know what this is. my gosh. Yes. Is this a duck? It's a duck. Staying buoyant. And it's either that or it could be both, but is it a flamingo? My gosh. It's like a flamingo in like a water floaty, like oh my gosh, you call that oh my gosh, I can't think of what it's called. Water. Oh my gosh, my words, man. But I think you guys can tell it's like in a tube, which is funny because they make those ones that are flamingos nowadays. So the message is staying buoyant and flamboyant. Be your wonderful, wild, flamboyant self. This is interesting. It's like the flow. Kind of getting stuck here. Out of the corner of your eye. Okay. Okay, so third eye. That connection with spirit. This is wonderful. That third eye. And I think these wavy and these are energies of spirit and like allowing it to help you see beyond what people had perceivedly done to you, beyond projections upon yourself of what you were born to believe, what you were like in your most important developmental stages of your life were your influences. And this is going back to like the book The Four Agreements, like the dream, being able to see beyond the smoke, clear the smoke, because you're able to see navigate through it with your third eye. And you can't do that when you're jaded. Not so well, at least. So they miss you. Spirit misses you. The full you, the engaged you, the fully engaged you. You've never lost complete touch, but they miss the fully engaged you. That's where it's yeah. How beautiful, you guys. He's so cute. Oh, I love it. So that's all I have for you, and that's all I think that you need. Not to speak for you, but you guys have a great day. Bye.